Welcome to the Be Magnetic podcast, where we ignite deep abundance and step into soul-led success without losing joy, freedom, or peace. This is for the woman who is bored, disconnected, and exhausted trying to win a game she doesn't want to play anymore. If your soul is calling for more flow, more ease, more magic, but you're not sure how to get there, get ready to become magnetic and create a life that is as juicy and abundant as you've always dreamed it could be. Hi and welcome back to another Pick a Pile energetic forecast. These are truly one of my favorite episodes to do. I enjoy them so much, and I hope that you also enjoy them, like listening to them. And I would love to hear your feedback and your takeaway after the reading, what resonated for you. I'm always so excited to read your messages and hear from you whenever you decide to message me. I truly enjoy having conversations with you guys. As always, this episode is for you if you're here to build a life and a business from your soul, from your intuition, from internal guidance rather than survival mechanisms. The intention I have for this episode is to help you attune to the energy of the month ahead so that you can lead from your truth and from your authenticity and in alignment with your divine path instead of leading with pressure. As always, we are going to dive into the numerology and then the theme of the month, and then we get into the personal forecast where you get to pick a number between 1 to 3. Either number that resonates the most with you right now, because we're going to work with your intuition here, and your intuition is guiding you to the message that is most aligned with the frequency that you're currently vibrating at. And so you can then use the show notes below and skip ahead to the reading that you've picked. And then without further ado, let's get into the numerology. So April is a month with the energy of 5. The energy of 5 is all about creativity, flow, adventure, freedom, and change. It's a very fun energy that like a lot of us love being in. It's kind of this typical summer kind of energy. And it does make sense since we kind of starting to get more towards summer. I mean, it's still spring, but for some of us, spring only starts now, but like we definitely feel this bubbly energy. And honestly, spring is one of my favorite times of the year because when like after winter the world wakes up, it's kind of the feeling of being first in love. And for me, that is also kind of 5 energy. It's very creative, very bubbly. This month, there is like any creative projects are being really supported. So if there's something that you've always wanted to start, whether that's like a creative project in business or just like in your personal life, something that you've always wanted to do creatively, that is highly supported. It's a perfect time to do this right now. It's also a perfect time to kind of like after last month where there's been so much structure and so much like masculine energy. It's fun that we now get to open up our schedules a little bit more, schedule in some more white space and really like do whatever we feel like doing. So this month you're being very empowered to just follow whatever you desire to do, to get on adventures. It's a perfect time to travel as well, or just find any ways that make you feel very free. It's also a perfect time to contemplate where in your life you maybe don't feel as free yet, or especially in business, like what are the areas in your business that cap your freedom, and how can you, like, what can you do in those to kind of welcome more freedom? Is it maybe freedom of time or freedom of like more financial resources? Where in your business do you desire more freedom? Can you like what are actions that you can take to work towards it? It's also a perfect time to implement any changes that you want to do in your business. So maybe you want to pivot. So now is the perfect time to actually do that when it comes from your intuition and like your creative endeavors. So how can we embody this? The perfect way to really embody this is to just feel into our body and ask ourselves every single day in the morning, what do I feel like doing today? Like, how can I live aligned with my highest passion today? That is really going to help us connect to the energy of the five, connect to our creativity and to our sense of freedom and our sense of adventure. And then, of course, like scheduling these things in. You've got all the information now, so all you have to do is to like get out your Google Calendar and like schedule that weekend getaway, or like block off your afternoons, or like sign up for the pottery class. So yeah, that's how we can embody the energy of the five. So let's get into the theme of the month. And I really liked the cards last time as opposed to the yesterday. So we are going to pick 3 cards again and see what Spirit wants to tell us about the theme of the month for the collective. Okay, so we have Lilith again. It's funny because that came up last month as well. We have the solar eclipse and the second house. So Lilith, as I said last month already, is the planet of our repressed desire. If we look at the sign, the symbol that represents Lilith, it's kind of this half moon with this kind of like feminine symbol above that Venus has as well. And so I feel like that, especially this month, it's a lot about our repressed feminine energies. I feel very called to speak about that when as Lilith comes up now. So I feel like that this month we are being called to really acknowledge these feminine desires that sleep within us, that often we maybe repress the feminine way of expressing ourselves. Then solar eclipses is obviously, eclipses are always really big luminar events. And they are always like, most of the time, talk about like big changes or like big shifts in our lives. And since it's a lunar eclipse, there's a lot of like big shifts around your courage, confidence, your determination, also your connection with self. So kind of like your internal world and like how you express yourself outside. And then the second house, it's first of all, it's ruled by Venus, which is also considered the feminine planet, right? It's very connected to money and beauty and all these things. And then this is the house of resources, material possessions, and values. Here's where we see our belongings, wealth, and finances, as well as the pillars on which material, intellectual, and emotional security is developed. It's also connected with the affirmation I have. So this is interesting because the first message that I get from this is with Lilith and the solar eclipse coming up here in the second house. I feel like that for a lot of us, the theme is going to be contemplating how can we build a beautiful foundation for our material world, for our wealth, for our finances and belongings in a way that honors our feminine energy and our desire to really express our feminine desires more verbally as well. So that's kind of the first message that I get here. The second message I get with the theme of this month is that we are really being invited to contemplate how we are approaching building our material world. So really how we approach the things that we desire to have. And again, bring a bit more of that feminine aspect into it, but also understand that not necessarily always freedom, happiness comes from having more things. So it's really about finding the sense of fulfillment, and security when it comes to like our material world within expressing who we really are as women, as well as kind of letting that light shine into the world. So I feel like that is the theme of the month, where we as a collective being invited to express our femininity, and our feminine desires, and really integrate them into our material world, and especially the way we are leading in business and the way we are building wealth, which is so fun because that's exactly what my mission is with this business and what I'm so passionate about helping clients with. Yeah, I love this. I love that we get to dive into this deeper this month. And by the way, if you're feeling called to work with me and yeah, have my help with building these more feminine spiritual ways of building wealth that also honor your desire to work less and to step away from your business a little bit more, then I invite you to book Unbecoming, which is a 2-hour private session with me that is designed to help you release the habits and strategies and beliefs that no longer serve you and serve the goals that you have with, wanting to grow your income, yes, wanting to build those 20K months, but also not do it if that means you have to work harder or launch even more. So we are really building beliefs and systems and strategies in this session that help you get to those 20K months, but in a way that also allow you to only work, let's say, 20 hours a week, or really have this time for your family and yourself. So the information, if you're curious, is below. And other than that, let's dive into the pick a pile reading, as always. And feel free to pick a number intuitively that resonates the most with you between 1 and 3. So 1, 2, or 3. Skip ahead to the number. So that's going to be your personal reading. We're going to work with your intuition here. So it is telling you basically what frequency you're most aligned with, which is the message that you're meant to hear for the month of April. So with that being said, let's dive into group number 1. Let's see what comes up for you for the month of April. See what your business holds for you in the month of. Okay, there's definitely like a sense of achievement. So there's going to be a moment or moments, maybe even, where you have this sense of, I've made it, I've got it. Like you've got all these accolades basically behind you or to your name, and you're really proud of them, but you're also maybe a little bit overprotective about them. So it's kind of like you have the feeling like you need to defend them or you need to keep up with them in order to keep your worth or keep your status. There's an invitation for you this month to kind of loosen up a little bit about that and not emphasize too much on your material wins. There's also a sense of being very like emotionally full and like being very, what's the word, filled up. So you maybe have worked a lot on your self-care and now you're feeling very energized and very full, like your cups are really full, which is a beautiful foundation to start into a new month. And then I see we might need to get some extra cards on this to fully understand this, but as of now, I definitely see like there's important people coming into your life. So there's going to be, or you're going to step into an important new version of yourself. For one, we've got this persona of like someone who's very wise and very knowledgeable and who's come a long way and who's also very connected to the divine. So either you're stepping into that version of you, so you're connecting more with the divine and really channeling more of that information to use it in your business to grow, or you're going to start a mentorship with someone who has these characteristics, who helps you really stay on your divine path and like stay in alignment with your highest calling when it comes to your career. And then we've also got this persona, either again, you're stepping into those characteristics over the course of the month, or someone with those characteristics is coming into your life over the course of the month. And then again, helping you to fill your cups and like making sure that you're feeling really nurtured as the leader of your business. This person is very confident and very proactive. So they're a very charismatic leader, and they're they don't fuck around. They go and like make things happen. So maybe because your cups are so full, you're now stepping into this identity of, okay, now let's go, let's do this, let's make shit happen kind of energy. Or again, there's coming someone in that kind of activates that within you. So let's see what else wants to come through. Okay, so there's also going to be a balancing of some sort. So maybe you still feel from the past that there's been maybe some injustice or something that's not like a way in which you haven't been fully compensated. And for some reason, I get this idea of like a client hasn't paid you fully yet for the work that you've been doing. In many ways, there's going to be justice done. So you're going to be compensated for the hard work that you've been putting in. It's also beautiful reminder of spirit to not hold on so much to the past and don't accumulate these things, because again, they're holding you back from really feeling fully full with your cups. So there's some releasing to be done around this throughout the course of April. And then wow. Okay. So I definitely feel, because of the cards, how they came up, that either you're going through a massive transformation or your environment or your relationships are going through a massive transformation, because we also have the Queen of Wands coming up. And again, so this means that either you're stepping into her characteristics or there's someone coming into your life with her characteristics. So I feel like either you're going through this real like personal vamp up where you're becoming all of a sudden this confident leader, you get shit done, you have such a focus on your goals, and you are moving towards your goals with confidence, and you're like so like becoming this really wise and informed person. Or again, a person like that is coming into your life. With a Queen of Wands, she really wants us to remember this idea of like, we can be successful and have fun. She's very also like very fiery, very charismatic, and she's very passionate with what she does, yet also very confident. So I definitely see you kind of like light this fire within you, where you again super passionate about what you do. I mean, again, it can come from this fact that your cups are really full, or again, it can be someone that comes into your life that sparks that within you, where you're all of a sudden so passionate about the work that you do, and you feel really unstoppable, and like you can now like finally live in alignment with your life's purpose, which is a really fun energy to be in. Okay, Spirit also wants to remind you that although you are feeling so energized right now and there's so many exciting things happening within you, it's also important to remember to rest and not to overextend your energy. So you might still like in this process, while there's so much going on externally or even internally, tune more inward and really like rest in silence to not overextend your energy. Again, like be depleted right away. And then we've got the circle of life. I give you my blessing to accomplish your quest. So this is a reminder of spirit that you're on a divine path and that support what you're currently trying to achieve. So this transformation that you're currently going through, this is a divine transformation that puts you towards your highest timeline, and spirit wants you to know that they're guiding you every step of the way, and that this is divinely initiated so that you can fulfill your divine purpose with let's see, any last cards. So we have snow. It's funny, we have winter and we have snow. Rest and contemplation. So yeah, I definitely feel like there's like spirit demands more rest from you, probably because there's a lot going on within you that's either activated by a transformation that you personally go through or by other people that come into your life. And so there is going to be a lot of rest and contemplation needed so that you feel like you can integrate everything well, and so that you can really accomplish your quest as well, and emerge out of this. And you'll notice that by the end of this month, you're gonna be so much more energized as well, and you're gonna be so ready to kind of come out of your shell and really pursue these things, and embody or like act from this new identity that you've been building over the course of this month. So a big transformation happening for you over the course of April, but it's going to lead you closer towards your life purpose, and that is very exciting. So that being said, thank you so much for tuning in to today's reading. I hope to see you in the next episode as well, and until then, so much love. Bye. Okay, group number 2. Let's dive into your April forecast and let's see what Spirit wants to tell us about your month of April, especially in business. Okay, so we've got Emperor and the Empress coming through for you. This is exciting because these are 2 really, really big archetypes. And I have a feeling that Spirit wants to tell us with this that this month is going to really be about finding the balance between the Emperor and the Empress within you. And especially as business owners, I feel like a lot of times when we are very empowered business owners, we act very much in alignment with the Emperor, right? We are confident, we know what we are capable of, we rule our empire with foresight and with confidence and with thought, and we do feel abundant and all these things, but we are still very much so in our masculine, right? We're the ruler, versus the Empress is more of this like very nurturing mother type kind of energy, where she's very kind, she's very like embodied in her being a woman, and especially with the theme of the month that we've been coming up here. I think this month is going to be big for you in terms of like shifting more into your femininity and into like really being like a soft leader, one that really leads from kindness and from truth and from authenticity and from like the softness and this kindness, while still being firm and knowing who you are and knowing your power, right? But like you're nurturing more versus then you're ruling, right? It's also a very abundant month I see here, like when both the Emperor and the Empress really represent success and wealth and like higher statuses. And so I feel like that it's definitely going to be a very powerful month for you in terms of like business and your material world, especially as we had the second house come up earlier. And then with the 6 of Wands here coming up as well, there's going to be so much success that you're going to be celebrating, right? And you're going to really be in the spotlight, and you're going to get a lot of prize for what you've accomplished. And I think that you're going to accomplish these things because you really found this beautiful balance between, being a firm but also nurturing leader. And so, you're going to be more in the spotlight as well for maybe even that transition that you have achieved or that you will have achieved over the course of the month. Yeah, there's also going to be more passion again in your business. Maybe there's something that you really burn for, like a project or an idea that keeps you up at night, that you can't stop thinking about, that you really want to finally start. Like now is the perfect time to get into that. There's also going to be a lot of magnetism when it comes to like what you desire in business and like the frequency that you're embodying throughout the next month. And then there's also going to be still like a lot of balance maintained, right? And it's kind of what I've been talking about earlier. Like it's really about finding this balance between the masculine and the feminine energy. And it's exciting because I've actually recorded an episode on this. I think, was it coming out last week or the week before? I don't fully remember, but you want to go back and listen to that episode, because this month is really going to be about finding this balance between your healthy masculine and your healthy feminine, and really between also kind of like nurturing this natural magnetism that you have and celebrating your successes as well. So lots of beautiful things happening for you here. Let's see what else wants to come through for you for the month of April. We have summer coming up, a time for blooming, celebrating your successes. So again, I think there's going to be so much that you'll have to celebrate in business this month. It's going to be a very successful and abundant month, a very powerful month when it comes to your material successes. There's going to be something big that you're going to achieve throughout the month that you are going to celebrate a lot and that you're going to have a lot of fun with as well. And then summer also wants to remind us to just have fun and to really celebrate the blessings that we have in life. So I think that there's so much that you have to be grateful for this upcoming month. So yeah, really be grateful for that and really celebrate that and live in that energy for as long as it lasts. And then we also have grounding. Being well grounded provides a feeling of security. So I think that's an important thing to talk about because oftentimes when we achieve a lot of success, this can kind of grow over our head a little bit and we kind of get slightly ungrounded because we're like so basking in this energy. And while it's so important to celebrate, it's also very important to ground yourself and to really take the time to integrate. So instead of using this to set the next goals, I really highly empower you here to take a moment out and like really ground yourself and really embody yourself, like these successes and the breakthroughs that you're gonna have in the month of April. And then let's see what else. The last messages. Okay, so we've got lavender, tranquility, kindness, and self-care. So yeah, again, like take care of yourself, and like take care of like the peace as well. Don't let this grow over your head, but actually take some time out as well to integrate all of this. The final message that Spirit has there for you. And with that being said, I hope you have the most amazing month of April. What I've seen so far, you're definitely going to have an incredible month, and I can't wait to see you back on the podcast so soon. If you liked this, if it resonated, if you're excited, let me know if you achieve those things. Tag me in your stories so I can celebrate with you. And with that being said, I see you next time. Bye. Hey, my group number 3. Let's tap into your April reading and see what Spirit has to say about your April, and especially what that was too much about your month of April in business. Okay, so I feel like you're on fire right now. I feel like there's a lot that you're excited to work towards, and you're going at a quite quick speed at the moment. You're really passionate and you're ready to get started. Maybe there's a project that you want to start or finish and you're like really here to do it. So there's a lot of like that type of motivation energy present for you this month. And I feel like because of that, you're gonna feel very happy and accomplished because you not only get to work towards something that your younger self always wanted to work towards, but also because you can see the progress already and you can see like tiny results from it already. And you're just like overall really excited, and you're really enjoying the process of working towards this, which I think is so important, is so incredible that that's the energy that is guiding you this month. You're also feeling very confident about your path and where you're going, and that is going to lead you to, again, a lot of success, and especially like action wise. I see that there's a lot of like, it's just a very productive month for you where you're gonna get a lot of shit done. And it's all like very outcome directing as well. So it's like not just like busy work productive kind of stuff, but like you're actually serving a higher plan here. And you're having fun doing it, which is kind of like a win-win-win situation here. You're not only being like productive AF, but you're also like having so much fun, it doesn't even feel like work. So that is the ideal state to be in, which I love for you. Yeah, so I feel like that productivity also might lead to like a fresh start in a way. So maybe you're starting a new project, that you've always wanted to get into, or you're pursuing a new path, or like something new, like a new adventure of some sort, new partnership, new collaboration, something that you've been really eager to finally get off the ground, and that's why you're feeling so motivated and excited to actually like get to action and get to work. And yeah, there's also gonna be like, because you're taking so much action, like you're actually out there and doing the work, there's gonna be some fruits that get to be reaped. And I feel like you're really having a lot of fun, not just working towards it, but also really enjoy the results that you're seeing, even if sometimes they're not as big as we expect them to be at the stage. But like, you're actually really happy about even the tiniest progress that you're making. And this process of like building wealth and building success for you is a really enjoyable process this month. There's also maybe like a lot of new ideas that you have that you're excited to act upon, and you're feeling very, very inspired. I think another message from Spirit here is that maybe to not get what's the word, like to get over your head with all of this. Sometimes, we think we can take on all these different things, but then we realize while we're, pursuing them, maybe we gotten a bit over our head with all of it. So there's this like tiny reminder that although you're so motivated to take action right now, you still want to be careful which responsibilities you get yourself involved with, and you want to make sure that you're really passionate about these things, and that these things are not just like another shiny object, basically, that you desire to or that you can't say no to, basically. Let's see the other messages. Okay, so we have embrace. Remember your primordial nature, you are a vessel. So yeah, there's definitely an empowering message from Spirit to embrace your ideas, to embrace the projects, to embrace what you feel inspired about. So really use this this motivation to take action that you have. But also remember that you don't have to work hard all the time, right? You don't have to be in action. It's also okay to like let yourself fall for a moment. You are the vessel through which everything is meant to flow, and that which is meant to flow through you won't pass you by. And we also have the feminine cycle. Reconnect with your cycle. You are a plural woman. So a lot of the energy that's present in your reading is very masculine. And so I think that Spirit also wants to remind you here, especially with the theme of the month that we had come up as well, to not forget that you're a woman and that there's also other energies guiding you besides this masculine drive to take action and to move forward. That's awesome. And if you're in this season, honor it for sure, but also remember that you are a plural woman. There's multiple energies at work at the same time for you, and so whenever you feel like you want to rest or you want to lean a bit more into like letting yourself fall and just like letting yourself go and like have some fun, try and do that. You don't have to take action just because that is the most dominant energy that you're feeling right now. Okay, let's see any last reminders, last messages. We have roots, healthy patterns, and early growth. So again, this is like a big reminder from Spirit to like build healthy habits there. And I love that you're motivated. I love that there's so much productive energy supporting you here. But again, we don't want to, from that burnout, we want to really find a healthy pattern to utilize and draw upon this motivation that's living within us, while also honoring the feminine sides that we desire to be slow, that we desire to be the vessel and not desire to do all the time. And also a reminder that there is growth even if you can't see it yet. So that being said, What an incredible month awaiting you. Excited to see what unfolds for you. And thank you so, so much for tuning into the reading with me. If you desire to stay connected, you can check out the description for any free resources or ways to work with me. And other than that, I would love to see you in the next podcast episode again. And until then, so much love. Bye.